It's the After the Show podcast.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Oh, yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. So nice to say that it's Tuesday, and you still got that Monday energy going.
We missed the Monday funk.
Yeah.
Skipping right to Tuesday.
Gosh.
Tomorrow's hump day.
Yeah, I saw so many comments today. People are like, man, wouldn't it be great if it was this way every single week? I can't even imagine. It would be life-changing for me. It really would.
It really would.
It'd be unbelievable. And for everybody. Can you just imagine if we
It would just be what we deserve. Better work-life balance.
Yeah. Just kind of crazy.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
We kill ourselves, bruh.
Yeah.
We kill ourselves for what?
I hear you. I hear you.
The beast.
Yeah.
Jay Bird looks like he is going through it. Were you just on the phone with your cable company?
It's not going to make for good radio. Let's just move
You're
on.
just angry.
Just move on.
This is what happens when you have to sit on customer service. He was on the phone with customer service. You just come back angry.
I'm not. My internet's not. It's whatever. It will not be good radio. Move along.
So you're having kind of like Monday problems on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's how it goes. Yeah, it was a nice weekend. Big highlights for me. I was pretty excited about what the Miami Heat did. Man, people were down in the dumps. I couldn't even believe that one game. It was a last-second shot that Celtics beat them on. And they even had a viral TikTok video. It was at a wedding, and they were watching on their phones, of course. And
Cheering for the Heat.
And they're like, oh, my gosh, the Heat won. They had a Heat flag, and they're taking it across the dance floor and all that stuff. They're celebrating. And then a second later, they put like 3 seconds back on the clock.
Oh.
And that was still debatable, but you don't have to talk about it now. If the Heat would have lost last night, it would have been something that people for years would be talking about. But, we don't have to now. But it was one of those things where, it looked like it was going to be the biggest collapse of all time in the NBA. So thankfully it wasn't. So that was all good. No, Virginia, you had your trip.
I did.
Yeah.
It was so fun. I did so many things crammed into just like 5 days. I feel like we had like a week and a half of fun stuff crammed into 5 days.
Yeah, that's all good. And you, Burb, we ran down some of your stuff earlier that you did.
My weekend was weird, man. I'm not going to lie.
It was.
It was a weird fucking weekend. Yes, but I'm glad Tuesday's here.
Okay. All right. Well, would you rank it as a good weekend, bad weekend? How does it rate out?
I'd give it a solid C.
Solid C. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Good moments, shitty moments.
You would have loved Nashville.
I bet I would have.
We got ruckused. We were finding these hidden bars. We found one because we knew where it was.
Okay.
And we knew to go to this certain place and open the janitor's closet. And then that was the entrance into the hidden bar. So then what I started doing is every hotel that I could find, I just looked for the janitor's closet or storage room. I just started jiggling handles on every place, and I found another one that way.
Oh, no way.
I didn't even know what it was, but I totally found one by accident, just jiggling handles. And that's the thing now, all these little hidden bars.
Okay.
And we went in there, and it was all young people. We were definitely by far the oldest people in there.
Oh, you have to let me know any little tips you got on Nashville. We're hopefully going to get there this summer.
There was some good videos. Mama and sister were breaking it down.
Oh, my gosh. We were getting down, and it was so fun. All these young kids formed a dance circle around my sister, and she was just breaking it down.
Okay.
She's a better dancer than you are.
She is. She's way better than me, but it doesn't stop me.
You're not that good of a dancer.
I'm a terrible dancer, not stopping.
You're not bad at. You can do the upside down twerk. That's your big shining moment. But other than that, I don't know, dog.
I don't know. Look at me here. I'm dropping it like it's hot. I don't know. It's pretty sexy, Kevin.
Okay, look at her. Oh,
yeah,
hey, there you
hey.
go. Well, you went way down.
You almost saw the clam.
If you're a little gassy, that could have been problematic. That'd have been tough.
It's just a good time. When I get both my sisters together,
Yeah.
Maggie and Caitlin, we just get a little ruckus.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a good time. Well, Nashville's the kind of town to do that in.
It is. It reminds me of like a wider Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I was going to say it's starting to rival New Orleans, I would say, where it is now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's not as long as Bourbon Street.
Right.
It's more of a compact thing, but
But it goes higher. I mean, you got,
yeah. It goes higher. You've got like these 3- and 4-story bars that are just kicking.
pretty much every bar has its own rooftop.
Yeah. There's the Kid Rock's, Jason Aldean's.
Yeah, I think they all have rooftops.
They
all the way
all
up
have
through.
a place.
And they're building so many more, too. I think Garth Brooks has got a place. I think Luke Combs has got a place coming in. They're starting to head towards the river. And they're going to be tearing down the football stadium that's there and building a whole new stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a nice place where the stadium is. Are they going to move it?
Not that old, no. I think they're just going to put the new stadium in the parking lot and flip them. Like they
Okay.
sometimes do.
Interesting. We found a cute little hotel right there on Broadway, too, called the Moxie.
Okay.
My sister has stayed there before, and it was one of the few rooftops where we could go and Magnolia could get in. And there was like a restaurant up there, and it wasn't crazy. Like Kid Rock's, Jason Aldean's, Old Red, all these places had lines of
Yes,
like
they do.
100 people long.
That's why we usually go during the day, and then we get
Yeah.
out at night because it gets too crazy. And
Go
I'm
during the
not in
day.
lines and
Go
all that.
day drinking. Go up and down Broadway.
It's still jamming during the day.
It is. It was
Talent's
fun.
still amazing.
Way less lines, but just as much fun live music. Every single bar had live music, even at the damn airport.
We figured out there's probably about 150 artists playing at any given time on Lower Broadway there
That's
in Nashville.
huge.
Which is insane. And then they switch over. And I guess the best talent's on at night.
Yeah.
But you got to figure they have about close to 500 performers throughout the course of a day in Nashville.
Our waiter that served us brunch on Sunday, he had just resigned. We were his last table.
Oh, no way.
Because he was like, I'm going to focus completely on music. I came here and I've been half-assing it. I've been waiting
wow.
tables and I've been doing music. And he
Yeah.
said, you guys are my very last table. I am going completely 100% music
I'm just
now.
doing music, so now I have no money to pay my rent.
Yeah.
He said it'll force him, though,
It does,
to
yeah.
get more gigs. And there's a lot of gigs in that town.
It's a strategy. In fact, I even heard Stuart, what's his name? Scooter Braun was talking about that. It's the philosophy of when we get to the shore, we burn the boats. So there's no going back.
I love it.
And that's his philosophy, is that you have to put yourself in that position to truly make it, where there's no other option. Because when you know that you've got an out and you can row back to shore, and the other direction when you came, you don't go at it like if you like, this is it, guys. If we don't make it, it's do or die.
That's what our waiter was saying. He's like, it makes me too lazy to wait
Yeah.
tables.
Yeah.
I'm going 100% music, do or die. And I was like, good for you,
Storm the
fucker.
shore,
You gotta
burn
go
the
for
boats.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Coyote Ugly. Gotta go for it.
they got one of theirs there, too.
The Coyote. Is it
They got the
still?
bar.
Is it still as
Sassy.
sassy and as big as it was? Because back in the day,
Well, the original one was in New York City, and it wasn't big like the one in the movie. The one in the movie is not the original Coyote Ugly, because I worked at the original Coyote Ugly. It was over on the east side in the Village, almost in Alphabet City.
dang, they hired Virginia as one of the hot waitresses or a hot cocktail.
Yeah.
Is it bartenders or wait? What
I
what
was
do
a
they do?
bartender, but I didn't make it for very long. I was not mean enough.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
They want you to do a whole act.
Oh,
like,
they do.
Fuck you, Kevin. Here's your drink.
They want you to look like a 10 and be a straight up see you next Tuesday. They want you to be so mean to the guys.
But don't they want you to be kind of flirty?
Yes.
They don't want you to be, hey, you fat fuck, get out of here. We don't want your kind.
The original wanted you to be more mean than flirty. I'm just telling you, I did it. I went through the orientation. I worked for like a few nights, and then I was like, this ain't for me.
You ever see that movie, Kev? Coyote Ugly?
No, I
You'd
did
hate it.
not. I don't think, it didn't seem like it was my thing. But the girl who's in it, she was at
Jersey.
Piper Parabo or
Yes.
something like that. Yeah, in fact, I think she wound up being on Yellowstone. She went to Ohio University when I was there. So that's what I remember. And somebody's, you got to watch it. She's a bobcat. And I was like,
Who gives a shit?
I didn't really care that much about it. But
She's hot. Oh, wasn't she on Orange is the New Black?
I don't think so.
No.
No, but I think
Dollar.
she recently was on Yellowstone.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see other stuff that's going on. Local bar scene. I don't know if you saw that Taboo on Palm Beach shut down for good on Sunday.
That was still open?
I think they said they're renovating the space.
Meaning there's probably a crime.
Something's going to happen.
They are. They're the property owner who now owns it. He wants a more modern restaurant, so they're kicking Taboo out. So Taboo is gone. It won't be refabbed and then be called Taboo, I don't believe. So this is going to be the first time in 83 years that Taboo's not been in that space right there on Worth Avenue.
I don't even know if I know where that is. Taboo?
It's kind of like right down in the shops and all that stuff. It's not a place you'd be hanging.
I'm
No.
getting it confused with the different. I thought this was a strip joint you're talking about.
It's
No,
on Worth
no.
Avenue.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is not the Taboo I was thinking of.
No.
It's a place where sugar babies go to meet sugar daddies. It's a place where cougars go to scoop up some young hot meat.
I've never been a Taboo.
And it's kind of it is kind of dark and sleazy.
It is.
And yeah, I think that's what the owner was. He's like, it doesn't look like you've done anything in this place since 1987. And so they may reopen in another location, but I think that spot is no longer going to be Taboo.
Ooh, I'm looking at pictures. It is straight up 1987.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in there a year or two ago, and we had lunch in there with my cuz who likes all that Palm Beach stuff. And
Taboo. There's another one. I think called like the Chesterfield or something.
It's kinda-
yeah,
like
that's the
Sleazy Rich.
English restaurant. Yeah, it's an English restaurant. It's nice. They just redid that too. It's got a new fancy little bar in there.
But those are like the old school places where you would go. Like when we first moved to town, I heard about people going there looking for sugar daddies and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like young girls would go there looking for a sugar daddy.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't even, I guess that stuff still does go on. I don't know, where you would go.
I think now it's just like a lot of those high end places. There are high end hookers in there too. I hear.
Hookers?
Yeah,
Hookers?
high end.
It might be. It seems like now, maybe even more than bars, it's a lot of the events. There's so many of those high-end events that everybody wants to go to and see and be seen, kind of like the Miami Grand Prix become one. They just had the Monaco Grand Prix from over the weekend, one of those F1 series. And my gosh, just on TikTok, seeing the boats and the money and all the wealth that was out there. So it's any more like if you're anybody that's rich and famous, you want to be there so you can be in whatever the video is and get the exposure. So,
Do rich and famous people, do they ever have normal conversations? When are rich people talking about cheese? I don't think it happens.
no, they're talking about cheese, but it's really nice cheese. Yeah, they love cheese.
And if they talk about cheese, I don't think they talk about it that long.
Everybody loves cheese. Cheese is the one thing that brings poor people and rich people to the table.
I feel like they don't appreciate it like the average person. I know what you're saying. The
Everybody
fancy,
loves cheese.
The fancy cheese, yes. Oh, this is great. Yes, rich cheese. But they don't fucking love cheese.
No, they seem to talk about the rich things that they've bought.
Yes, they do.
That's a big part of it. Talking about making money. That's a big part of it. Or maybe their golf game. That seems to be the conversations I've eavesdropped
right.
in.
No, that
it's
really-
pretty much those. That's what I've noticed. And it's number one talking about expensive things they've bought, whether it be boats, houses, cars.
I
that kind of
guess
stuff.
you want to brag about that to other rich people, because if you're talking to me about that, I don't give a fuck.
Well, they're always looking for a reference.
We know.
So that's it. Yeah. So that's just what they talk about. That's how they relate to one another typically, is be like, oh, yeah, well, I got a 180-foot boat, and here's my captain,
Like,
and you would love it.
When's the last time Warren Buffett had a cheese conversation? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't think he does?
I don't.
Yeah. We're talking about the nanny earlier. What was it? She was making like $160 an hour, $165 an hour.
That's a
Yes.
lot of money.
It was. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, somebody texted and said, yeah, my client has 3 kids and 3 to 4 nannies and a housekeeper all day. Yeah, it's insane. Some of that stuff and the staff that they have, and yeah, it's just it's a different life. It's kind of crazy. So
And it would make sense that you would have 3 or 4 nannies on a rotation and sharing that nanny with your
Yeah.
other rich friends so that everybody can be accommodated. Especially if you're like that one nanny we were talking about that has gigs doing Broadway half the year.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, my daughter just kind of got into the game not too long ago, and her schedule's kind of like all over the place. So she's worked the last week, and I think she gets off work on Wednesday, and then she's gone the whole month of July.
Wow.
But she doesn't work at all in June.
So the whole month of July, is she traveling?
Yeah, she's going to be in Europe
Wow.
on a boat.
And they pay for everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they pay her on top of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. So you do get, like what she was saying with the trips and all that stuff, you do get all that. I think
I
that-
would nanny. If someone came to me and said, hey, Virginia, we're going to Europe.
Yeah.
Will you come on our private jet and be our nanny for our kids for the week just to be
Yeah.
able to go? And I'd be like, hell yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. So
You wouldn't even have to pay me.
Right. So it's kind of a tag team thing. So they've got another nanny that when Caitlin's not working, then the other nanny, she lives in New York. And so she will come down and, stay at their house. So Caitlin stays at their place while she's working. So you go in, you stay, and you're there the whole time.
Wow.
So, that's...
You're an au pair.
I guess, yeah. So that's your whole life. So you don't have, while you're on, that's the one thing that is kind of interesting. Though I guess you can leave and go run errands if you want when you're not on duty specifically.
But
doing
you're like
what
a
it is you're to
mom.
do. Yeah.
You
yeah.
got to watch those kids until somebody else is watching them.
Yeah.
They're yours.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes down. So, and the parents they're like in Europe or something.
Well, they're not even here?
No.
Damn. You are the mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when she flies over to Europe with them, are the parents on the plane?
No. She meets.
No?
I don't think so. I think she meets up with them because I think they don't come here for the summers.
Wow. How old are the kids?
It's just one.
She wants you to give every detail out so she loses the job.
Yeah, I know where the lines are.
I don't
yeah.
want you to lose the job.
No.
I'm just fascinated.
Yeah, it's a kid that she takes care of.
If any billionaires are listening and they want a free nanny, I will free nanny your ass.
But you had to give up 25 hours of the morning show. Do you do it? But it doubles your salary.
No, I wouldn't
Is it
give.
fuck you, Jason and Kevin?
No,
Goodbye.
no, I wouldn't give this up. But I'm saying like on a vacation, I would take a week off when we were planning a vacation on this show, and go to Europe and be their nanny for free.
Would be a more fun nanny, me or Virginia? If you're a 10-year-old kid, who you'd have more fun with?
You'd be like that 80s movie, The Toy.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd be a human toy.
Yeah. You'd be a ton of fun. Yeah. So, yeah, it'd be cool. So we'll see. I mean, she's new in it, and Tom said, yeah, it's for a young person with no attachments, that's good. And the only thing was there was the girl that my daughter swaps out with, the other nanny. She said she's now in her mid-30s. She's been with the family for 10, 15 years. She said it's good. I like it. It's flexible. She said, but in a sense, I've given up my own family for it. This has been my kid, and this has been my family. And so
10, 15 years.
Yeah.
How many kids they got?
They've had other kids that have,
Second marriage.
I don't know about that, but it was just, they've had other kids and all that kind of stuff.
Did you guys ever watch The Nanny? Mr. Sheffield. You ever watch that?
Yes, I did.
My mom loved that show.
It was a great show.
Yeah,
And
but you're right,
it's a good message for nannies. You can bag the man.
I mean, it worked out great for her.
He was a widow, though. She didn't come in there and wreck a home.
No, she didn't. I mean, but boy, does it work out so nice in the sitcoms, doesn't it?
It
She
does.
gets in there, he falls in love. Same thing with who's the boss. Tony Danza comes in and puts a little poke in the old whiskers, and then forget about it. It's over.
Poke in the whiskers.
Speaking of 80s terms.
Yeah.
Well, he comes in there and, turns the whole house to hell.
Let me see. We were talking earlier about How teenagers frustrate you. Magnolia's birthday's today. She's 18.
She is.
I've heard all your stories. People were asking, be like, okay, she's 18. Does that mean all the dirt spills today, or how's that work, Virginia?
I don't know.
Okay.
I got to see her dad again.
Oh, yeah.
I've been having to see him a lot, which I'm not really a big fan of. But
How did the lunch go?
it went fine because they were literally an hour late, and I already had a mean buzz by the time they showed up. So I'm like, fuck it, let's go.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah. If you let me get a buzz, I'll be much better.
Well, you have to do certain things you normally don't do for those big occasions. You know, this is a big deal. This is a milestone. So now you gotta sit down with people you normally don't break bread with.
We don't break bread. So
break faces.
sitting down for her graduation lunch was the first time we've sat down and had any kind of organized meal since she was 3 or 4.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
Man.
Since the war on the shore, maybe.
Yeah.
Right around that time period, right?
Absolutely.
So how did that go? What was it like? What was the conversation?
It was fine. Everybody was cool. Nobody said anything. And even his sister showed up. She was there. They
Okay.
were cool. And they've had nothing but bad things to say about me. They think I don't know what they say about me. My daughter tells me everything. So I know
okay.
exactly
Yeah.
the kind of propaganda bullshit they've been filling her head with for years.
I'm surprised you were able to sit down and let that go.
Me and Virginia,
Babe,
we
look,
talked about it before
It
she
was
went.
really hard. I had to come to Jaybird. I asked Jaybird's advice. I'm like, what should I do? Because at first I was like, fuck this. I'm not sitting down with those motherfuckers.
There was at one point the bird might have flown in and been an assistant, but it didn't work out that way. I had a feeling everything was going to go good.
I almost
because
invited Jaybird to go, but then Uncle Jerry stepped in and he went.
She had the good Italian with her, not the shitty Italian.
The real Italian.
He gets things done.
The Italian's Italian.
Obviously, the shitty Italian that goes there and eats.
Well, but I needed buffer. I needed numbers. I needed something in my favor. I was very worried going into it if it was just going to be, them versus me.
You do need numbers in situations where it's such a landslide and uncomfortableness. If there's 5 people that's not on your team and you're driving there alone, you're a lone wolf. It's dangerous numbers. You always need at least 1 to 2 buffers.
You need numbers. It's just a fact. And I didn't know if Mags's grandma was going to show up until game time. So she was a possibility. War by the Shore.
Oh, yeah.
I know you know.
We all know.
She was a possibility. And at one point I was like, I'm going to have to sit there with all of them. I need to bring some numbers.
Yeah, you want to have the numbers in your favor.
So Panda and Uncle Jerry were there, and then it was me, and then Mags's dad and his sister and his sister's husband.
Well, even in business meetings, you try to stack the deck and have at least 1 person with you in the room.
You can't let them get the power, and there is power in numbers. It just
Sure,
is.
There are people who believe when you go into a meeting of any sort, from the smallest detail of where someone's sitting, where the desk
height
is
of
at,
your chair.
Yeah, all of
All of that.
plays some kind of psychology behind the whole meeting, whether it's a work meeting, a business meeting, a family meeting. It's all about that dynamic.
I hear you. I believe in all that.
Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but some people do really believe that shit.
Well, Jaybird talked me into going. It's like, you gotta go. So I was like, you're right. Mags really wanted this, and I can't be the reason it doesn't happen.
Right.
But of course they're gonna go. Like, they're the ones that have made money off of me for so many years.
Right, yeah.
So they don't have anything to be mad about. They're not showing up all pissed off.
Are you allowed to? Never mind.
I know what you're gonna
I
ask.
don't know how much you can get into. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to Barbara Walters this thing. It's juicy. Well, I think people go through it. You just don't want to go through all the details because you don't want to make things shitty for Mags.
Exactly. And I still have this weekend. So this weekend's going to be even worse than the graduation lunch.
What's this weekend?
Her birthday party.
Oh, shit.
And she wanted to invite them. Now, this is in my home. They have
Wow, okay.
they've never been to my home.
Oh, my gosh.
Much less invited inside my home.
Right.
Okay, that's this weekend.
That's this Saturday.
Wow, we have a lot to do, Kev.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it just definitely piqued my interest. I cannot wait for Saturday now. I'm going to have to highlight that, let the queen know we are walking in some good shit.
Well, you got straight the numbers
Oh
on
my
that
gosh!
one.
I'm at the popcorn. I'm gonna put a chair down in the corner. I'm gonna grab a beer and I'm gonna sit back and watch.
Bring your swimsuit. We got a water slide.
I ain't doing that shit, Virginia. Come on.
Dude, don't, because you're gonna get in trouble. I've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
The old golfers are gonna yell at
Doing
your
that.
ass.
I'm just there to watch the drama. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
We got a full, whole grill set up outside for burgers, dogs, grilled cheese, all of it.
Okay.
Everything's going to be going on out there hot and fresh, so bring your appetite.
Good stuff. Okay, man. Kids are growing up. Cannon had his first football practice today.
Oh.
Yeah. Caitlin said he threw up.
Oh man, if
I told him, I'm like, dog, it's going to get real, man.
the
It's gonna get
conditioning
real.
will be fucking rough.
Yeah, I saw she sent some videos and it looked like they were just
This ain't basketball, bitch.
Well, even if you are playing
it's
basketball,
a new game. Well, he's when he was 5, we put him in tackle, and his first play, he came around and got rocked by an 8-year-old. He was 5, and that was a big difference. And he didn't know what the hell hit him, and so we yanked him out after one play, and he's only done flag, so he's. This is his first time really legit doing tackle.
And typically, too, in the beginning, this is the first, they're going to try to weed out some people and break some people.
Yeah.
They call it a hell week, Virginia, but for some reason, it doesn't last for a week. It usually lasts for about 2.5 weeks.
It's a hell month.
They did that for my first 2 years of junior college baseball. They would have what we'd call hell week, and I threw up as well. I couldn't even get up from the ground. Ants were biting me on the neck, on my fucking titties. I had ants all over my body. I couldn't move because of Hell Week. If you're not in just the best shape ever, it can get you.
He's in okay shape, but he's not in that kind of shape. I
be
did
great.
see there were a couple kids that just laid on the turf and they weren't moving.
Really?
Yeah, and
Even-
he was still going, but yeah, it would be interesting to see because either he's like, yeah, I loved it, can't wait to go back, or he's gonna be like, I don't know, man.
You can be playing a sport in season, but if you're playing the basketball and you're doing the playoffs and all that,
Yeah.
you typically don't have your team doing all of these, gassers and stuff. 'Cause you want to keep the legs strong.
They run a little bit in his basketball leagues, but it's not like this.
That's what happened with me. The baseball summer team I played going into college, we didn't run at all. You just went out there and you played. So when I got to college, they go, "Oh, you're running, and you're running for an hour and a half." It fucking destroyed you. It killed you if you weren't running regularly, and I
Yeah.
was not.
Yeah, so we'll see. Somebody's asking how old he is. He's going to be 15 on June 12th.
There you go. It's happening.
So yeah, this is a big it's a big jump for him. He's going from middle school to high school this year, and so his whole world is just there's a lot more on him. That's why, when he forgot his uniform and his shoes on Saturday, and they had a playoff basketball game, it was kind of a big deal. It's like, dude, you've got. You're not a little kid anymore. We've got to start holding you accountable. You got to start doing this stuff on your own.
And you got to do that. You got to make sure, because giving them a safety net does not help them.
Well, what will really change that is if another player, a teammate, gets in his shit and says, "What the fuck, man?" That really is what's going to make the difference, because he'll get embarrassed in front of his peers, and that's typically what needs to happen.
Well, the thing that's good and why I need this is because I kind of want to, I don't really, when I say things, it's not received well. Like, I have to be very careful in what I say to him, and all kids are different, but yeah, it's tough for me to ever say anything with a negative tone to Cannon. It rarely happens. And that's why I like that he's in sports, because I can funnel all that through coaches. They can scream. And he can get his ass chewed by a coach and he's drinking it in and loving it. I say, dude, come on, man. You got to grow up. I just saying that, that's about what I said. It just destroys him. And it doesn't go well.
But for something like that, or playoff basketball game, he misses a quarter, a teammate go, "Dude, man, you're letting us down." That kind of guilt really would make a difference.
That's where I realized that when I was coaching my daughter in softball, a lot of times it's not what you say, it's the mouth it comes out of. And so out of my mouth, things don't work. Another mouth, It does.
15's that age too, man. If you
It
are playing
is.
organized sports,
Yeah.
they're not looking at you as a kid anymore. You're getting into that. You're dancing around that college level. If you're trying to be serious and if you're playing high school sports, the next level is the college thing. Half your team's trying to play college if you're on a high school team.
Yeah, no, exactly.
At
No,
least.
they're legit. I mean, I was just the quarterback at Cannon School. I mean, the kid's already trying to get recruited, and it's a big deal. So
Wow.
yeah, he's a really good quarterback.
If it was me, you, Suits, Denny's, and Virginia, 5-on-5 of their 5 best, do we even stand a chance?
Of who against
Football.
Cannon School?
Yeah.
No. No, I've
You can't lose to the promised land?
No. I saw this quarterback. They had a game I went to a couple weeks ago. They took on Wellington, beat them 42-6, and this quarterback had like an 80-yard touchdown. And yeah, he's a baller. Yeah. No, they would whoop our ass.
Okay, how about this 14-year-old basketball team? Do we have a shot with that
They'd
one?
whoop our ass. No, there's a kid on Kansas team who can dunk it.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we got a couple people on our team that can shoot
No,
the
we could
lights out.
destroy.
You can Dunkin' Donuts.
We would lose by 35.
35.
And that's if we played for 5 minutes.
We old and fat.
I would love to see that, though. We got 5. Our 5 versus their
We
5.
would get-
That'd be a funny video.
It'd be so embarrassing. It'd be so embarrassing. Like, we would get destroyed.
That'd be a funny video.
Yeah.
For the
We
first,
come out there and we just showboat.
for the first 90 seconds.
Will you guys give us 5 minutes to just whoop our ass?
Yeah, for 90 seconds, you would get the best of a peacock bird, and then I would run
I
out
don't
of
think I'm
steam.
exaggerating. I think we'd lose by 35.
I think that would be such a funny video.
We play dirty.
Oh man, I would like to see Denny's pass the rock to Suits. Suits lays it up. That shit would be awesome.
Suits misses it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So I was talking about how I drove to my son's playoff basketball game. He didn't have his uniform. Jason said, yeah, we drove 4 hours to Sanford, and my 14-year-old left his cleats at home.
Oh.
Yeah, at least it wasn't 4 hours. Yeah, so it happens.
That hurts.
Yeah,
Do you buy new cleats up there? How does that work?
you're scrambling. I mean, our first thing was we were trying to find other cleats that Canada could wear, and we couldn't find anything. So, yeah, I think that's plan B. You got to go try to buy cleats, and then you want to take your kid and beat him with them. Hey, how about these cleats? You dumb motherfucker.
Back in the day, if you forgot your shit, they'd make a big spectacle out of you.
Oh, no doubt, yeah.
They would. The coach would bring it up in front of everybody, and
My wife's got some stories. Yeah, when she was a man, her dad didn't play. She would finish second in a race, and after the race, for finishing second, he would drop her off 15 miles from home. And he'd be like, "You need to be home by this time," or he would take her and drop her back off again. He said, "You're going to do it till you get in that time."
that at that point,
That's old school
That's-
Midwest
Damn.
hardcore.
damn is right.
Yeah.
You can't do that shit now.
No,
That's
you
why
can't.
she treats Kevin so like military because she was raised that way.
Oh yeah, no, she had it tough.
Kevin ain't careful. He has to run his ass to home or to work.
Kevin's paying the prices.
I am. It's like all the anger that she's been building up
Wait.
for all these years.
Read, Kevin, your thought for the day from today.
I sent it to you.
It was something like, if you don't heal what hurt you, you'll make others bleed that didn't cut you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's if you-
I'm about
Kim's
bled
making
out.
you bleed.
I'm about bled out.
If you don't heal what hurt you, you'll bleed on the people who didn't cut you.
Yeah,
Oh, Kim's making you bleed.
that's why it spoke to me today. I'm like, damn.
Kevin, why are you so sweaty? The Mexican queen made me run to work.
Yeah, look at my cuts. April said, hey, you're talking about mosquitoes today, too. You're going to go for that garlic spray that Disney uses around their perimeter. She said you also mentioned the coconut scent. And she said, I am also a mosquito magnet, and I got the Palmer's coconut oil lotion. I started applying it every day after showering. We went camping over the weekend. I didn't get any mosquito bite or any other insect bites at all. Maybe it's a fluke. I'm going to keep using it, though. See if it works. She said, I also purchased Jergens coconut lotion. See if it had a stronger scent. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to do that as well. I'd rather smell like coconut.
Jergens coconut lotion feels like mosquitoes would love that.
Yeah, if they want to masturbate.
Yeah, that's what I
Jergens?
thought too. When I was reading that the coconut works, I'm like, you would think it'd be sweet and they would love it.
So now the mosquitoes are going to bite Kevin and then they're going to jerk off on
They're
him.
going to toss off all over you.
Oh my
You're going to be
gosh.
covered in mosquito cum.
I
terrible.
never feel good about ever buying lotion or any kind of oils that would go on the body at the store. I always feel like you're jerking off with that stuff.
They know you are.
They know you are. They definitely.
You should go in there and the only thing you buy is Jergens and Kleenex.
I've done that before. Not the Kleenex.
That's
but
why, honestly, when we go to the store, I always make my wife buy my lotion.
got to.
Like I can't go walking through the lane with it.
Well, even if you're not tossing
all right,
off,
dude,
it
we
still
know what
just
you're using
comes
this
off
for.
like you're.
Well, because I don't think we're still in an era. I only use it on my face, but we're not in an era yet. I don't think we're predominantly like you associate skin cream with men using it on their face or men with face cream.
The other thing too is that everyone jerks off with a lotion or an oil that's so much cleanup and so time consuming.
It's still the number one association, though. You see
It
a
is.
guy plus lotion, you're thinking, all right, he's
Look, I'm not saying
pulling the pud.
I'm not saying Saturday evening you got nothing to do. Yeah, you bring out some lotion.
Okay, cocoa butter.
There's a time and a place, but not everyone's lotioning it up. We ain't got the time for that.
No, you don't. That's it. That's the way it goes. Now, Bird, you said that you actually got an invitation for a possible road trip to Alaska.
Alaska because
A road trip to
well,
Alaska?
a trip.
Oh.
I probably put road trip in because guess what's going to be there? That antique road show.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, Antique
And I
Antique Roadshow.
love that show. And someone that we know in our family got tickets to it, and it's in Alaska. But I'd have to. I was trying to work all that out. Is it worth it? Would that really be that cozy of
Do you
a
know
trip?
what time of year it is?
It's in a couple months. It's in, I believe, July or August.
Okay, yeah. It might be awesome. I mean, I hear it's a beautiful state. You seem to love that kind of look. This could be a really good. Now, it's going to be.
Cold as fuck.
I don't know that it'll be cold as fuck. I think they get into the 70s, 60s, 70s, probably even in the winter. And in fact, I think I'd heard from somebody in Alaska, sometimes they get a little hot, actually.
It was in the 50s in the Great Smoky Mountains this weekend.
50s?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was in the 50s. I was like, oh, shit, I'm not prepared.
It's in Akron, Ohio, June 6th.
In Akron, Ohio?
Yeah,
June?
June 6th, and then it is
That's like in 2 weeks.
I know, but then it's supposed to be in Alaska. Yeah, Alaska in July 11th.
July
The
11th.
average temperature in Alaska in July is 67 degrees.
Ooh, that's
Wow, that's
perfect.
not bad at all.
Yeah.
I hear there's a lot of PUD there, not a lot of women.
9 guys to every 1 girl.
9 out of 10 Alaskan men, Kevin, are awful.
I mean,
according to
if you can get it in the whiskers in Alaska, you're good.
I just feel like there's so much competition, right?
You should see the lotion aisle in Alaska.
Oh my God, so much jerky.
Picked
There's
clean.
8 of them.
And it's cold.
And there's
yeah.
only 10 aisles in the store. Yeah, that might be a good trip for you, actually.
Do you guys like that show?
I don't know it, no.
You don't know that show?
I mean, I know of it, but I don't watch it.
Is that the one where they tell people what their stuff is worth?
They bring some shit they found. Oh, this is in Uncle Gus's attic over
It's
here.
an old Indian blanket, and then the
Yeah.
person is like, "This blanket is actually worth $80,000."
And you have legit semen stains there. That makes it more money. Oh,
Really?
$10,000.
Everybody
Usually I would
knows.
I think semen stains would degrade an item.
Not if it's old timey semen, Kev.
they scratch it. They're like, "This is Chief Osceola."
If it's 19th century or earlier, it's always more money when it comes to semen. Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine if you had a piece of a blanket with Abraham Lincoln's cum on it. That's not going to be a ton of money.
Well, if it's Abraham Lincoln's, it would be. But I mean, how do you know that it is? I mean, how do you know it wasn't just a guy who's like coming on a blanket trying to say it's AIDS?
Still from the 1800s, so kind of cool.
You don't know. No, not if you just did it.
Well, you're right. If
You're
it's-
going,
Wait,
wait a
this
minute.
is still fresh. Wait, it's still warm. He tricked me.
Dude, it's from 2023. It's not old timey cum. All right, you're right. Less
I
money.
just tried
Oh,
it.
man.
It doesn't taste like old semen.
I licked it.
Yeah.
But you do admit, though, if you had some kind of a blanket or something with President Lincoln's,
Yeah, no, that has. But
And
I mean, how do you verify
and it
that?
is verified.
What, do you have a photo of him over it?
I would love to see Lincoln's O face.
I think a lot of people would. All right, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Someone's going to send me an email.
Can you imagine that photo? That'd be definitely one for the history books, huh?
It'd be worth a ton of money. It would
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, okay. That'd definitely be a good item to see traded.
I'd love to see that on the road show.
Yeah.
I dare you to go up there
The
with a
load show?
blanket. The load show. Antiques Loads.
It's all old items with cum on it.
Antique Loads show.
Dude, I think people would watch that.
I would.
I know people would.
Here's
I
a
know-
cast from 1842 with the semen of 2 loggers.
This one's Billy the Kid.
You're right, though. The more famous they are, and
Yes.
per time period, it depends
Antique
on how
Load
much.
Show.
Antique Load show. That is funny.
And they got a viewer.
Actually, I would honestly, I would tune in for that.
Of course, 'cause
You
you'd be-
got me now.
You'd be so curious to see why it's worth so much money.
We just want to see what everyone's semen looks like. Like, wow, that's a lot. Okay, well, there you go. Something to think about. All right, well, thank you for all them emails for being here. It's good to be back. Mail at kvjshow.com. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.